This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Ping.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara Sutphen. Tara Sutphen is the author of Blame It on Your Past Lives, Soul Agreements, and the Abenda Chronicles. Grammy-nominated audios, videos, and MP3 series. You can find these MP3 series now at TaraInsight.com.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara. And my guest and co-host is Jason D. McKean. He is the voice of over 1 million Om recordings sold throughout the world. And thank you, Jason, for being on the show today. Yeah, and if you visit his website, Jason D. McKean, you will find a lot of other Om Sanctuary, Om Indigenous, Om, and more Om and meditations.
Lots of Om.
And
good morning to you.
Good morning. Yeah, it's almost a full moon. We're going to have a full moon on Monday that is at 27 degrees Aries. So I'll be writing about it over the weekend.
What's the fancy name for it? This type of moon?
The fancy name, let's see. It's not harvest moon. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. It'll be, sometimes I change it because there's colonial, there's all sorts of different names. So, sometimes I like to change it up. Like the August, sometimes it's the dog days, the dog days of summer. So, it's just, there's names for all of it. But usually I choose Native American names, what they named them all, but not necessarily.
Right. Well, we look forward to being able to read what you have to say about the upcoming full moon.
Yeah, it's fun.
I've been, working to manifest, because it culminates up to that full moon, and then it's like you build up towards. That's right, and lots of good things are in the offing for upcoming.
Right, and so today our topic's going to be, if you could change things all over again, would you choose the same path for yourself? So I think that's an interesting topic. Would you choose everything that's happened to you? Well, maybe not everything, huh?
Yeah, everything is a lot to just kind of catalog and say, oh yeah, well that. And
that was fun.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, what did you learn from it? And how is your life now because of such things? The experience is such a wise teacher.
I don't think I should have broke mom and dad's bedroom window as a 7th grader to get inside the house.
That's true. That was a really bad call.
I was locked out. I didn't have a key.
In Alaska, mind you, in the winter.
No, it wasn't the winter. It was somewhere. It was fall. Yeah, it was the autumn.
Oh, it was only God. It's only 20 degrees at night, or 10 degrees at night. No problem.
But it's like Dad's solution, right? Instead of just getting a new window, a clear window, he put in this amber colored. It was like a plastic, it was like this decorative plastic, but it was when the sun would come in through, it'd be like this church sanctuary.
Well, right? What is behind you now.
It changed the lighting and the whole mood. It was like this sacred place.
Right.
That's my reasoning.
Remind you not to break the window again.
Right. I was 12.
Well, it was kind of odd, but yeah.
Who did weird things when they were 12?
Now, the only thing I was doing at 12 was getting bucked off horses. Well, that wasn't fun. Yeah.
But would you do that again?
I had a rascal horse.
Would you do that again?
Yeah, I loved that horse. Loved that horse. Like I love my horses now. Yeah. Loved that horse. So yeah, I mean, but she always acted like we were 12 and 13. You know, those years really were instilled in her. You know, she never really walked. She always pranced. She was a very showy horse. And so she loved to run. She loved to jump over things, you know, just crazy little things. Yeah, she was the greatest athlete I ever knew, ever. Because she would in an embankment, if it was 6 feet high, we'd be like going through a creek bed, and all of a sudden, you know, it's like, yeah, let's get out of this. And, you know, I mean, the embankment would be high. I'd be riding alone up in the mountains, high in the mountains. I'd be riding alone and make her like go up the embankment. That was like a 80-degree angle or something. You know, I mean, she was an athlete. She just, yeah, let's go. Let's get out. I mean, maybe it was 70.
So those things, it's like you don't, I mean, you would do over then.
Oh, no. And then, and I was a little older, but I used to dress that stallion for parades. And God, I dress him in high heel sandals. I dress him up in his
the horse
silver strappings, and then I get barefoot and I'd ride him through crowds. I mean, it was just like he's a stallion. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I did all sorts of things.
Wait, horses wear sandals?
Yeah, no, I wore sandals, which is, you know, like now.
Okay, it sounded like you.
I wear tennis shoes, but I don't wear sandals outside or flip-flops.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to get my feet stepped on accident. I mean, I haven't had my feet stepped on in, you know, I don't know, 10 or 12, 18 years. And plus, when you get your foot stepped on, if you know what to do, all you do it in the crook of the horse's neck, all you do is just press it and they just get off. You know, it's just a trick. Their weight shifts. And so they're not even on your foot then. But until you know that, you know, you're like, my foot.
That would be my response.
Oh, it's most people's response.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a crook. But, you know, they're 1,200 pounds. So, you know, you really don't want them stepping on your feet. And their eyes are on the other side, and they have diurnal eyes, which means that they're prisms. So that's why they spook at things. They're out of the deer family. And so they see a rock, you know, off to the side or up ahead. They think it might be a crouching cougar, you know, because their eyesight's different than ours. So that's why they depend on us when we're riding them to be able to say, you know what, it's okay up there. You're going to be fine. I gotcha.
So it's a symbiotic relationship.
Symbiotic. Yeah.
Nice. Do you think that, like within your equestrian career, is there anything that you would have wanted to do differently as far as like more do more shows or you know?
No, this is the thing with see, that's a good question, because of would I have chosen the path for myself? You know, I'm a very good metaphysician. You know, I'm good. I realized when I was younger that I was good at 3 things. I was super good at art. I was super good at equestrian everything. And I was super good at metaphysics. So what am I going to choose? Well, really, I excelled in, you know, metaphysics like crazy. I was someone who excelled. Now, the horses, I would really have loved to, you know, I was studying to be a veterinarian. I should have just gone and done it. So I took years of equine science. So I should have just gone for it and gotten my degree.
Okay.
And so that would have been, I would have liked to have done that. And then Would I have liked to shown horses? Not really. But I would have liked to have been, maybe a part-time veterinarian or something. That would have been good. And then do the rest, the divinity of metaphysics. Yeah, but it didn't work out that way. My life was completely, I would have to say, as much as I resist it sometimes, because, I was watching a guru speak last night, and he was saying how the past is gone. The past is, it doesn't matter. It's completely gone. And the future is actually gone too, because you don't have a future yet. So you're living in the present. So what are you doing now? Where your feet are now? What is important? So I thought that was an interesting, because that was after I'd written the ads when I watched that video. And so the thing with my life is everything pointed to metaphysics. From 6 weeks old, having that 7.5 hour operation and dying on the operating table, to, having another surgery when I was a little, still baby, and then having that near-death experience again, hemorrhaging when I was 8 years old, and due to an accident. And, so it wasn't even related anything to my near-death experience when I was a baby. And then meeting who I met, I worked on the Alaska pipeline, and, I met, as soon as I got up there, I met somebody called Sharva Venta. Well, his father was Krishna Venta, and he wrote out my astrology chart by hand, and it's like 54 pages long, but we lived on the moon. Talk about the moon, why I love the moon so much. I feel I've lived there. I've lived on the Alaska pipeline.
I got a moon base.
And I still have friends with people up there. Yeah, we have a group we talk to in Facebook almost every day. So yeah, so the bottom line is that, would I have changed things? Well, I really couldn't, because who I was supposed to meet has been in line. Jess Stern, right when I was 21, I met Jess. And, I still don't know to this day how many years apart we are, because I never cared. I didn't count the years. I only counted his friendship and the soul of him. And then he became friends with Jason, and he was friends with my whole family, because he was incredible. And born again to be together. Oh, definitely. Definitely. We were all born to do this work and be in this field, and still doing it. We're all still, you're going strong. And I'm sure Jason didn't think he was going to be part of this when back in the day, but we all have kind of gone forward. Me and you anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's like, my early life was geared towards sports.
Mhm.
I was a state track champion in California, and could have easily, just kind of kept on that that ladder, I guess, of just, winning various meets and all.
Right.
But sometimes, there's things that just they can be experiences that show you the energy of a environment, of a situation. It shows you who it is that you are at your core. And I was very competitive as a child. So it showed me that, but also a way to take that competitive nature and to hone it in, to focus it on a certain task. And so when the sports, when that shifted, it went into filmmaking, when I got a camera when I was 13, and then music at 16. Got back into music. It's like I'd had piano lessons when I was a small child, and I was playing recitals, I was playing for my classes there as a very small child. So it's always been in me to be comfortable in front of others, just plying your trade, right? Like if it's playing piano or if it's teaching tarot, it's like you're still out there in the world, and you're in a place of I want to say, just not caring or getting over yourself, right? It's like the one thing that people can do if they're shy is just like, well, I haven't been in front of people, and they'll go through that routine before they do something, and usually they can be pretty great at it, but it's just that initial, just like, I'm in front of people and they're all looking at me and all, and if you get past that pretty early on, then it's like your world really opens up, and you can be who it is that you need to be, and not have that stumbling block of, oh crap, now I've got to like share this with others. So your world expands, and so that part I would not do over at all, like being the child piano player and doing the track, and then the music and all that. That's just that's a core part of me. Absolutely.
Well, and to be the producer too. I mean, you're an expert producer. I mean, so many years of being really an ad person. You're an ad man. Being able to put ads together and copy together and producing MP3s, and at the time they were CDs and cassette tapes, and I mean, we were able to do it.
Yeah, and
Production.
Being able to know that at the heart of all communication is just that, is an ability to be clear, to be concise, to focus in on a key point, and then how one expresses that, or the medium, because you're mentioning like tapes and CDs, and all these things are gone, right? All these delivery systems of information and music, but at the heart of it is still that expression, that core expression of communicating a feeling or an idea, and so it's important to always remember that, to remember what's at the center of how one expresses themselves in the world, and not get too hung up on the delivery systems, because those are gonna change. Even our MP3s and all that. It's like there will be something coming up, like next year or the year after, that's like, oh my God, that's like,
we all have to exchange it out, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's like the home videos, you have to change it from VHS to DVD to MP4s, and I mean, it's going on. Yeah. So keep, and it's a body of, I mean, we have so much video, family video. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is that something that, if you were to do over, would you have taken so much of the, like, recorded so much of the past, or is that something that's like?
No, I wish I had more, like when Willie was a child and everything. I wish I had more of that. And when we were children, I would have loved to have had, our parents didn't have a movie camera. So we were just in some movies, but we're not in like many, we would have liked all that. But, do I think that it was a bad thing to have all that? No, not at all. No, I think it's, I like always planned ahead. Like the kids, when Richard died, were like going through the photo albums and like taking some of the pictures out. And it's like, well, you don't even need to do that, guys. I have all the doubles. All the doubles are waiting for you guys just to go through. Yeah, I've kept all the doubles in boxes. So, And so now I've set up bins so I can just give it to all the kids, so slowly but surely, I just do it to send them off to a couple of kids. But yeah.
It sounds organized, and you don't have to pilfer the photo albums.
No, because I think the photo albums should be, kept there, because who loves family is Everest, our little 5-year-old. She loves the photo album, and loves family and wants to watch, like, oh, can you put in I want to watch my dad when he was a kid. Played with that uncle. With the Auntie Shy and your daddy. Yeah. Especially spider tag with you.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, you have to tell them about spider tag.
Well, it's not quite Halloween yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good, wholesome, family game there. I would do it all over again, right? Play spider tag with the kids, because it gave them a chance to, it's like playing tag, but it's like you chase someone with a broom, and I would pretend, that I was putting a big spider, on the end of the broom and then chasing them. And then, once they would be properly terrified, I would give them the broom, and then they would switch on a dime. They would have the power, and they would run the broom through a cobweb, and then they'd chase me, and they would be gleeful. And it's like, as a study in psychology, it's like, okay, I'm getting some real deep insight into the human psyche. Once they have the power, once you have the power, it's like, yeah, it's like, how do you maintain your humanity?
But nobody ever got a spider on them.
No one was ever bit. No one. It's like it's like watching a horror movie. It's like,
right.
It's all good fun. And it's like you get that kind of teasing energy out too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then, Jason. So Jason would it was my right hand, for kid watching. And, I remember you would say, they wouldn't eat their vegetables, but Jason just had I could call the principal. First of all, it was the teacher, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like, I'm going to have to call your teacher. The teacher's going to oh my God.
Well, Carolyn Asher might have gone with it. Yeah, she was both their first grade teacher. Yeah, that I'm friends with. Yeah. Funny.
It only works to a point until they figure out, it's like, he doesn't even have her number. They're not going to call her. It's like, no, I'm going to call. I've got her number.
Yeah. I can say that Hunter doesn't do any of that with Everest.
Don't call my bluff.
He doesn't.
Just eat your vegetables.
Yeah, he doesn't. Whereas I do it more like, come on, let's build a garden so that you like your vegetables. And so it's her garden. So she tastes everything. She likes it. Yeah.
That's a real investment, in it's very direct. It's like, I grew this, now I'm going to prepare it. Now I'm going to eat it and enjoy it. This is of my own doing. That's amazing.
Yeah. She will say, oh, let's go out and harvest tomatoes and then, eat them off the vine and everything. She's so great. Yeah. To whereas, what was it? Oh, Easter eggs. When we got a little carried away with Easter eggs, back in April, and she colored 72 eggs. Right?
That's a lot of eggs.
A lot of eggs.
Another egg salad sandwich for lunch?
No.
Eat two.
We get done. I said, would you like one? One of your Easter eggs? And she goes, I don't need Easter eggs. I don't need eggs. I hate those things. was just so hilarious because I don't think I have enough video, but it was hilarious. So the dogs ate a lot of eggs for days. For weeks.
Oh boy.
You know, because I didn't overdo it with the dogs, but you know, once a day they had an egg dinner, egg breakfast or dinner.
Mhm.
And luckily it wasn't just Beanie. Yeah. Just Beanie.
Yeah, I mean, if I had it to do over, I probably wouldn't have, forced your kids to eat vegetables. I would have just given them whatever they wanted, just pizza or ice cream. It's ice cream again for dinner, kids.
Yeah, no sodium, no sugar, and no oil. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, no, I was pretty strict back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just following orders. I wanted to be like the favorite uncle, be like Uncle Scott who'd come over and it's like ice cream and cookies, kids. It's like, yay, you're our favorite uncle.
I know, and you were back to the
Instead,
disciplinarian. Well, they still love you, Chase. All three.
They still. Okay,
Yeah.
there's a consolation. No, it's all good. I wouldn't do that over.
Yeah.
How about let's see, horses, metaphysics, as far as like books or anything, as far as like communications, anything that you would do over like at a younger period?
I wish that I was steered away from some things. I can look at it now and it's very interesting on where things were heading and where it headed and that sort of thing. To whereas for me, I wish I had a little more content, but I have quite a lot of content. And I'm writing a book now, and I think everybody's going to really love it. And it's not like anybody else's book, and it's going to be fun. And so I'm almost over the top on that. I came to 300 pages on my script the other day. So it's getting there. And but it's not 300 pages long. That's just I have some things double spaced and some things ready to go. It's pretty much, I've had a couple people editing it as it goes. So, it's coming along. Anyway, so yeah. Would I have like some more? Yeah. Some more titles, some more books. I live such a magical life. I realize that I do. I have really great friends, and I really, everything works out if you put your mind to it. And that's the bottom line, is putting your mind to it. Yeah. And someday I might have a good relationship again, but right now, it's really great how it is. My life is really great.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, I wrote the one book or finished it in May, the Magic Channel tarot reading.
Yeah.
And I find that sometimes you have to live life first before you can then report on your life to make it authentic, right? It's not that one is writing something just as a fantasy novel or something like that. When it's real life, when it's based on real experiences and all, it's like you have to live it, you have to experience it, you have to know it. And when the time is right, then you go for it. You don't hesitate. And those are the times that can speak to us the loudest, and so that we don't have a regret afterwards, that we don't say, oh dang it, I should have written the book then and in that window. And so recognizing those windows of opportunity, that can give you a a life that you don't look back on and say, oh, I regret not doing that or this. It's just like you're in the flow of your life. You're in a place of alignment at that point. And I feel like all of the albums that I've created, all of the Om albums, the meditations, a lot of them came up because of like in the last year and a half, because of the pandemic, because of the lockdowns and all. And it's just like, oh, well, this is an opportunity to help people move through fear, to move through perhaps a time when there's a window that's opening up for them, this extra time or so for them to improve their situation, their life, to bring on a new talent, a new career start. And so that was something that felt I felt a push to do it then, and so that's when a lot of the new meditations came out. So there are always these windows that can open up. Do we step through? Do we or a doorway? I guess we don't have to just climb through a window like I did when I was 12 after I broke my parents' bedroom window.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Again, that nice, beautiful amber heavenly light coming in.
Yeah, like it is now behind you.
It's like, if Mother is listening, she's probably horrified right now, going, what?
Right. No. I'm sure she leaves it in the past. It's one of those dumb kid things.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I never did such a thing. There was no way.
Yeah, not that.
What you were thinking. Yeah. No.
Oh, the past. That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's locked their keys in their car. I mean, whereas how do you get them out? Yeah. Oh, I do have a funny story with that. I was at the barn. It was right when it's a sad time because it was right when Lyrica got really super hurt, and Bella too, in the fire, but Lyrica was in the horse hospital for 3 months. So the thing is that my car decided to need a new transmission at the same time. I don't know if I was so mad that it broke, but I was pretty mad then. And so I had Teresa's Prius because she was she went away for somewhere, so I had her Prius, and so for a few weeks, and while my car was being fixed, and all of a sudden Beanie and I were in the car, and I was going to our new barn, and I was opening the gate by hand. We have a big iron gate. And so I got out to do the gate, and I usually know, like in my car, Beanie steps on all the door locks and stuff, and I'm locked out, but usually for him, it's the window while we're going down the freeway 70 miles an hour, and all
he opens the window.
The window's open and like, oh my God. And I roll up the window. I mean, thank God. No accidents have ever happened, of course. And so I baby locked the windows. And so, so this time in the Prius, he's in, I get out to do the gate, and he's in the car, and all of a sudden I'm locked out of the Prius. I'm locked out.
He stepped on the.
He stepped up to like watch me, and he stepped on the door lock. Right? Anyway, so I'm going around the whole car. Oh my God, Teresa's like out of town somewhere. I don't remember where she even was. It was like the extra key. I don't have a cell phone on me, and oh God, it was terrible. I didn't know anybody, so anyway, I'm going around the car like, oh my God. And then I'm looking at him because the car's still on, you know, it doesn't make any noise, but it's still on.
But it's getting good mileage though, while it's still on.
Luckily it's getting good mileage.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm in, and you know, I'm already frazzled because the horses that, you know, I mean, I don't even have Bella yet. She's still on the ranch. You know, she was up there for another like 12 days. You know, they wouldn't let me go in and get her. So I had to have the, you know, I had to have like the SPCA, Humane Society. I mean, I had to be police escorted, everything to go get her. You know, so I had to have everything lined up to go get her out of there.
So you're locked out of the Prius.
I'm locked out of the car, the Prius, and I'm going around. I'm saying, "Oh, Beanie, I'm so sorry." And he comes to the window, and the window goes down. Wasn't locked out for even 90 seconds, really. So yeah, so the window goes down. I'm like, oh my God, thank God. Yeah, it was hilarious. Anyway, yeah. So
That's
now
great.
even, you know, because I have a lot of poltergeist activity around me too. I never leave always have a window rolled down or something. I never just leave the door open. I always feel, oh my God, because I've always had weird, you know, the doors and the windows, and you make clicking sounds, and you know, like every day the kitchen makes weird clicks and weird things. You know, lights, you know, I mean, I just have that around me all the time.
It's not Beanie, is it? Like he's not like playing
No.
with the light switch, is he? Like in the other room?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
No, but you know, like after Patrick died, every house I was in, he'd put on the alarm, and I'd say, "Patrick, turn off the alarm now." And I go, bing, it'd be off. Everybody loved that, whoever I was with. Yeah. Oh,
Trick that mischievous imp.
yeah. Well, and he was so mechanical and everything too, you know. I'm talking about the Irish Seer, if anybody knows who I'm talking about. He was great.
Patrick Smith.
Aye, Patty. Yeah.
Patrick Joseph. Patty Joe.
Yeah, from Ireland. Anyway. Yeah, so yeah. So I don't know, maybe it's him making click sounds, but I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that you were rescued, as far as like your dog was the instigator, but also your savior. And it was like, oh, thank you. Now don't ever do that again.
Right. It was just so funny. Well, I mean, it was just so lucky because I didn't know what I was going to do, really, you know, kind of AAA, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they can be very difficult, you know, the Priuses to get in and out of.
But it just reminded me that the breaking of the window, you know, I wasn't about to break Bruce's window. Yeah.
Not after 90 seconds. If it had been 90 minutes, and
maybe
you're starting to look for a rock. You know, you're starting to like, you know, what can I use?
Yeah. Back, Beanie, back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like this windshield will look nice with just a nice amber piece of plastic in it. It's like, Teresa, what's wrong? I thought you'd like it.
Anyway.
So, yeah, like, you know, I feel that like music, right? It's like, you know, the ohms, those, they didn't just come out of the ethers. They kind of did, but they also, like, when they first, I wasn't like a student of the ohms. It was just, you know, because I was trained like musically to know kind of what I was doing, but it's also it's deeper than that. But you know, all of the rock bands that I was in earlier, just the interest in music, that was something that just kind of led to performing basically the first ohms, and then those going out into the world and becoming a staple in yoga studios and meditation halls and birthing centers, hospices, all these places where people can use them. And at the core of, because everything's energy. That's like at the core of that, it's being able to express this harmonious reverberation, this connectedness. And I feel that if one is in that present moment that we talked about, if one is not too hung up in the past, or they're not too invested in the future, where things got to go a certain way, if you're in the present moment and you are connected in that, then you can express that in whatever it is that you're doing. If you're working on your taxes, if you're doing some creative work, if you're engaging with friends, being in that moment, and just showing up in that moment. That's where you can get into these places of later down the road. It's like your you can lessen your regrets of the past. It's like, oh, I should have done that, I should have. And it's like, we can beat ourselves up with that, and it's like, but you didn't. It's like you were in that moment. And that, again, I feel it can lessen those regrets that we can potentially have in the future.
Right. Well, and to be thankful for what you've accomplished, like all the ohms are just such a beautiful gift to the world. I mean, it is.
Yeah, it's an energy that can be
like a prayer.
Healing. It can be like a prayer. It gives people an environment to make a connection with the divine. And it's, I feel like just a facilitator of that. It's not about me. I've never put my photos on the albums, saying, oh, it's about me, oh master. It's about an environment that people can they can lose/find themselves in it. They can kind of get out of their own the monkey mind, that chatter that goes on, and it can be just the thing that will keep someone from being in the moment of something, and just start to connect and heal within, and feel like they're in a place of purpose for themselves.
Right. Well, they say that the Om is the sound of the planet, and the planet makes an actual scientific sound.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how it is heard, and practiced in Sanskrit, so that's how they said how it sounded. But, it's a hum, it's a tone, it's a ring. I've used it for many, many years. I used to always change, you can change it when you're around people. You can change that you're harmonically, coming into sync with them through the sound of the planet. Mm-hmm. not through their harmonic sound, because their harmonic sound may be way off. But and then if you listen for it, it's like seeing auras. If you can start listening for people's, for what sounds they make, you see that too.
Yeah. And Do you find that you do that naturally as an empath, as a reader, as a person who
Well,
is
yes, I try
tuned
to bring
in?
it to me, not actually to them, because I'm already resident. I try to resonate with the planet.
Mhm.
It's not necessarily that, that I'm trying to calm them down. So, yeah. Because there's so
Yeah.
many people that carry so much angst and so much depression and they just, they're there's a lot of toxicity in the world. Just even drinking coffee sometimes can make people kind of be jittery. Yeah. And they don't think so. They think they have to have their Starbucks or whatever. And it's just like, well,
I did a class last night on coffee. As far as Sue brought me home an iced coffee, and I was pretty chattery with it.
oh yeah. I used to like to do it when I drink coffee before I did the show because it makes me really chatty. But I don't drink coffee anymore. I don't drink caffeine.
I prefer black tea. It's just a more even ride rather than woo,
I
like
don't
the
do
roller
even green
coaster of coffee.
tea. No green tea. No, only herbal for me. I do Caffex. This is a
Caffex.
Caffex-chino. Yeah, I made it.
It's a Caffex-chino?
Yeah, Caffex is like a coffee substitute. And a lot of people won't like it, but you get used to the taste and you really like it. So,
Right.
that's kind of the bottom, what everything is, right?
So what you got upcoming?
Well, I have a Sedona seminar, although I have 11 people already signed up and, I may not take a whole lot more. So, but it's going to be a fun seminar. It's going to be a great seminar.
Yeah, I saw the ad for it.
People are coming. Yeah.
On your website, terrainsights.com.
So
And it does look like a fun seminar.
it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a great one. I mean, not that they all aren't fun. They're all great. And I want to do a Shaman Apex upcoming too for everybody because that one was a really great seminar too, the Shaman Summit. We had a blast. We just had a blast. So we'll do that one too. But I may have to do that one after the holidays because of, we're getting kind of tight now. Got to start making some decisions. Yeah. So maybe January, February. I don't know. We'll get it.
How is Sedona in October? Is it starting to get cooler at night or?
Perfect. Yeah, it's perfect weather. It's just perfect weather. Yeah, so it's the end of October. It's 23rd, 24th. And it's really going to be, spectacular weather usually. And spectacular place. I'm holding it out on a ranch. And the ranch has so many cool things. In 1,000 years, that ranch will be considered a sacred site. And they'll wonder what all we did there.
Well, you'll know what went on
Be
there.
Reincarnated then. Be the historian.
Fantastic. So with like again, looking at doing things over, anything in that realm of because we talked about books and other communications. What about the Terra digital self?
The Terra digital self, all my MP3s.
Well, like Zoom appearances.
Oh, Zoom appearances. Oh yeah.
Do you feel called to that? Not everyone feels called to it.
Those. Yeah, no, I do a lot of one-on-ones with Zoom, and I don't use it too much to do groups. Not yet, anyway. I really haven't had to, but it'd be fun. Be fun to hang out with, a group of people. I love groups of people, but And I do a lot of mystery school stuff to where you guys never hear about it, but, and behind me is the mystery school. Yeah. It is
Yeah.
pretty cool text.
I mean, I feel that, you know, that was a window that opened up for me, like when the lockdowns and all that
Mhm.
started happening, and, you know, all my personal appearances and classes and all that, they started to wane, or
Mhm.
actually there was a sharp sword that came down on everything.
Right.
But that was a window that opened up, and that was something that I went towards, and have been able to maintain and flourish in. So so that part I
Yeah,
definitely wouldn't do
so
over again.
yeah, right. So, no, I know it's just been kind of like a interesting time the last few years on, you know, how everybody's had to scramble. It's not just, you know, everybody's had to change up some things. But anyway, so tell me, what sessions do you have? Because you have the Japanese sessions.
Well, I have it's a tarot class that is a 5-part series. It's already locked in as far as all the students, because they've been you know, coming from since day one, and we're almost halfway through it, and it's forced me, yeah, I'll use that word. It's
Right.
forced me to
Oh.
instead of like being like facilitating these ongoing classes, which I have for the last year and a half now. It's like, okay, you know, like, you know, my major arcana, minor arcana, you know, just really break it down, be concise with it, and to have the foundations set. And, you know, is it the tarot that is the universal, just, you know, everyone, you know, I don't think there is like an exact like universal tarot basis. I think that there would be a lot of schools of thought that could be, you know, loggerheads on it. So I teach what I know. I teach what I've experienced. I teach what I feel is healing, helpful, and hopeful. And
So will you have another class too, so that everybody can sign up? So what's your website?
website, jasondmckean.com, JASONDMCKEAN.com. And yes, there will be other classes. And you know, I do 3 classes a week in English there on Zoom. So anyone can contact me through Facebook or through my website to find out more about that.
Okay. And then you're on Instagram and Facebook.
Jason Tarot Wizard. Yeah, on Instagram, and yes, Facebook for sure. And again, your website, Tara?
I am TaraInsight.com, TaraInsight.com. And we have a full moon coming, the 27 degrees Aries. Yeah.
And did you post that?
Waxing up.
Did you post your blog on?
I'll post it everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, LinkedIn to, you know, Twitter, my Facebook pages, you know, so all of it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
My 2 websites. Yeah, everything.
Yeah, it's I love this time of year. I love this time of year, and you know, just like being able to manifest right now is like really important.
Yes, so it's nice. And we're waxing to that full moon, the culmination, the highest time on the planet for intense energy. It's at Aries, so it's going to be quite, you know, intense as it is. It's going to be great. Yeah, it's about moving forward. So any blocks that you have, that's like nip those in the bud anyway, you know. Yeah, choose to be who you want to be.
Thank you, Tara.
Thank you, Jason.
I love you.
Lots of love, everybody.